Good morning. Breaking news. Police staking out a Connecticut motel where that person of interest in the murder of a Yale grad student is staying. And NBC News has learned an arrest is expected any moment now. We are standing by live. You're paying for what? You won't believe where some of the money goes when you pay those extra fees and taxes on airline tickets. The result of an NBC News USA Today investigation that will leave you outraged. And catch and release. Did that adorable girl who tossed back the foul ball caught by her father ever get it back? Well, we'll ask them in an exclusive live interview today, Thursday, September 17, 2009.
From NBC News, this is Today with Matt Lauer and Meredith Vieira, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And welcome to Today on this Thursday morning. I'm Meredith Vieira.
And I'm Matt Lauer. And on this Thursday morning, we want to begin with a live shot of the Super 8 Motel that's in Cromwell, Connecticut, where Ray Clark, the so-called person of interest in the murder of Yale grad student Annie Le, is said to be staying at this moment. And
we're told that there are several unmarked police cars nearby. NBC News has been told that police expect to arrest Clark any moment now. NBC's Jeff Rawson is at the New Haven Police Department, where they're expecting a news conference with more details just about an hour from now. Jeff, good morning to you.
Meredith, good morning to you. I just spoke with New Haven Police, and I am quoting here from the spokesperson. We expect to arrest Ray Clark shortly. Ray Clark, of course, that Yale lab technician who is the person of interest in this case, the only person of interest according to police. There are published reports out this morning that police now have a DNA match between Ray Clark and the victim, Annie Le. And police had said yesterday at a late afternoon news conference the only way they would make an arrest is if they had that DNA match. As you mentioned, Meredith, a news conference scheduled in about an hour. We'll, of course, follow that for you. All of this as we learn the cause of death, exactly how Annie Le died. She was choked to death. Overnight, police descended on a motel 30 miles from Yale's campus. Reportedly inside, Ray Clark, the man first identified Tuesday as the person of interest in the Yale murder case. He remained under 24-hour surveillance.
The New Haven Police Department is present on scene, and we're rendering assistance to them as long as they're in town.
After taking Clark into custody Tuesday, police collected his DNA samples and released him. His DNA was taken to the crime lab and compared to DNA from the crime scene.
You don't need lots of different pieces of physical evidence. If they get one compelling piece of physical evidence, DNA, blood, hair, that very well may be enough.
Clark's lawyer said they're committed to, quote, proceeding appropriately with the authorities. But police said Clark wasn't talking.
He has invoked his rights. I mean, at some point he may be willing to answer questions, but at this point he's invoked his rights.
Ray Clark worked in the same building as the victim, Yale grad student Annie Le. Police say they knew each other from the animal lab here in the basement, where Annie's body was found stuffed inside a wall. Clark cleaned the animal cages. Now we're learning more about Ray Clark's past. Police sources tell NBC News Clark was involved in a domestic violence dispute in 2003. The New Haven Independent has obtained a copy of the police report from his then-girlfriend. At one time, the male did force her to have sex with him. The report says charges were never filed. Now, Clark is engaged to another woman set to be married in 2011. They live together. On her blog, the fiancée defended him against rumors he was cheating with another woman at the lab, writing, "Also, this rumor of a fling is probably the most stupid thing I've ever heard." Going on to say, he's a bit naive, doesn't always use the best judgment. Definitely is not the best judge of character, but he is a good guy. He has a big heart and tries to see the best in people all the time. Wesley Tack has known Ray Clark since the first grade.
You know, all-American, popular, good-looking, baseball-playing, hot-blooded American kid. The girls liked him. Every one of my female friends had crushes on him.
According to yearbooks, Clark played baseball at Branford High School in Connecticut and was a member of the Asian Awareness Club.
Club that promoted tolerance and understanding of Asian cultures, and I suppose it's a little ironic that the victim in this case was Asian.
Live picture now from Cromwell, Connecticut. This is the Super 8 motel where police sources tell us Ray Clark is reportedly inside. We are told by our producer on the ground at that Super 8 motel that there are unmarked police cars in that parking lot, keeping a very close eye on the door to make sure he doesn't go anywhere. And again, we have confirmed with New Haven Police this morning that an arrest of Ray Clark is imminent. There is a news conference scheduled within the next hour. And one other note here, Meredith, the Hartford Courant now reporting that police can actually put Ray Clark in the room with Annie Lay as the last person to see her alive. They use those computerized swipe cards to follow Annie and also Ray Clark around that building, because every time they would go anywhere, it was tracked. And they have him going into the room, her going into the room in that lab, and only him coming out.
All right, Jeff Rawson, thank you very much. For 6 months last year, Ray Clark lived in a multi-family home in New Haven. Anne Marie Goodwin also lived in that house, and she is with us now exclusively. All right, Tom Costello, thank you very much. And still ahead, that ecstatic dad who caught a foul ball and then watched his daughter throw it away. The whole family is here for an exclusive interview. Plus, there they go. Plus, we're going to welcome Jenna Bush Hager to our family. What you don't know about the former First Lady and what she did with the baseball. Now, that's not true. This is Today on NBC.